Well, greetings folks, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I'm your host Rohan Zena, and I'll do a walkthrough of how to survive and thrive in the most hardcore settings. So in case you wish to recreate my feats and tricks yourself, here are the settings that I've chosen for the super hardcore playthrough. Without further ado, let's go. So here we are at the good old KSC, or Kerbal Space Center, and we've got Gene Kerman introducing us to it. At the moment, it's fucking nothing, but as we progress through our career, we'll be able to build it up into a major space hub throughout the Kerbal Space System. Star System, sorry. So the first thing we're going to need to do is go to mission control, and we have this new little mission here called Gather Scientific Data from Kerbin. So we'll accept this contract. We'll also launch our first vessel preemptively, but unfortunately we don't have the parts to do this, so we're going to try a few tricks that I actually came up with on my own. So now we've met Werner von Kerman at the Vehicle Assembly Building, and we are about to build what I call the barrel, or nóż, as it is in Polish. This is what the nóż ship, as if you can even call it a ship, looks like. The last thing I need is to add some mystery goo containment units, and we'll be off. And here we are on the launch pad. Of course, it's not a launch pad just yet. First, we're going to take a little science around these parts. We got 2 mystery goo observations, a crew report, and Jeb can also go EVA. At least at the moment, he can only do this on Kerbin. So we're going to take an EVA report from the launch pad as well. And we're going to recover all this, and we're going to get some juicy science. I'll see you back at the KSC overview. We've just earned a hefty sum of money from all of that sciencing, because we have also completed our first contract, which is cool enough. We got 3 science from the experiments we've done. We got no reputation, or we did get reputation from the contract, but we didn't get reputation from recovering the ship because it never took off, so to speak. So we're going to return to the VAB, then put it on the in the SPH, spaceplane hangar. We'll do the same experiments from the runway. So here we are with Jebediah on the runway. We'll do the same experiments we've done at the launch pad here. Come on out, Jeb. And then what we can do is a little trick. We can just roll off the runway, and we can do some more experiments at what I think is the shores. I'll see you there. Here we already are at the shores. So in order to do any more science at this moment, we're going to have to bring Jeb out. We're going to have him take the data. We'll put him back in there, and we'll do another crew report, and we'll recover. Now, I actually found this super cool. There are more sites that you can launch from, as well as the runway and the launch pad. Now, I found this cool. You can actually launch from the island airfield instead of the runway. I'll meet you there. So here we are at the island runway. You can see the moon in the distance. We'll do a crew report at the island airfield. We'll do 2 observations of mystery goo, and then we'll have Jeb come out and do some EVA reporting. We'll also see if we can find another biome nearby. So, out back you come again, Jeb. We'll let go of this. Whoa. It's a little wobbly, because of course it is a barrel, but there's a little green grass up there, a hill, and I'll see if that's actually another biome. I'll be there shortly. Well, it looks like this island has nothing new under Kerbal at the moment, so I'll just recover Jeb, and then I'll recover the Nuj ship there. We of course have enough science to unlock a new technology, so we'll take Engineering 101 and we'll buy everything, of course, because the Communotron 16 is able to stack, whereas the 16S does not. At this point, it is prudent that we accept another contract, so we'll accept escaping the atmosphere for now, and I'll see you back at the VAB for more builds. Oh, by the way, we do have enough research to unlock the next tech we need to actually get off this goddamn planet. Of course, I'm just joshing here, but we could use it. So we'll unlock everything, and I'll see you at the VAB for another vehicle build. Of course, we don't have nearly enough money to build this Kerbal, in truth, which is Russian for spaceship, so what we'll do is we'll try to gather some more science. I'll see you on the launch pad with Valentina. She needs a bit of experience. Do you see that runway there that connects the launch pad? Well, that pair of rails is called the crawlerway. So I'm just gonna roll this barrel, this Nuj, to the crawlerway, and I'll see you when I've collected some more science. It's actually pretty much a doozy to do that, but we got some science from the crawlerway, and we can recover this vessel. And with all that out of the way, it's time to lift off. Of course, I had to take off the liquid fuel system just to afford to build this thing. So here we are on the launch pad, and look at this thing. It looks like a little pencil, I know, but we're gonna see what this baby can do soon enough. So we now have ignition and we have blast off, and I would recommend that you start your gravity turn at 1,000 meters or so, but because I like to be more efficient, I'm doing mine at 500 meters. So here I am showing the cockpit view, and as we can see, we're climbing to about 300 meters, and this is definitely for advanced users, and I'm going to start my gravity turn now. And I've gone in a bit early, I know, but the earlier the better, right? Well, not so fast. You've got to be gradual with your gravity turn, and you've got to be more gradual as you go up higher, or you'll never make it into space. So here we are, climbing to 2,000 meters. We're already 5 degrees outward. Oh, yeah, it's 15. It's 15 now. You just gotta take this number you see right next to your marker away from 90, and that's your pinch. So we're just about depleted the fuel on the first stage, so what we do is we separate the stage immediately after that happens, so we can keep going. As you can see, we are now 6,500 meters up. We are going at 365 meters per second, which you definitely want to be careful of, because you don't want to fight air pressure. You don't want to fight drag when you go up, because the harder you have to fight the drag, the more effort you'll end up expending. And of course, the faster you travel through the atmosphere, the more drag you'll end up fighting. So there's a balancing act. And I don't mean the one from Marc-Andre Hamelin's Circus Gallop. Even though that is a pretty crazy piece, I hardly need to tell you that. So we're just about leveling out at 500 meters a second, and we are 14,500 meters up. 14,500. In reality, you've got to go up almost 400,000 meters up in order to get into low Terran orbit, if I'm not mistaken. I know someone in the comments will correct me. Although I've seen in the Spaceflight Simulator, you've got to get to 300,000. So here we are at 20,000 meters, just passing that mark. And if you see on the outside, we still have little or even no drag. Oh, I can vaguely make out a drag here. The streams of air are drag, and the hotter the air is, the hotter the ship is, then the redder and brighter the drag will be. The air may start to glow if it gets hot enough. And these parts do all have a temperature limit that they can withstand. So that's something else you've got to be careful with, especially real life. We're up to 25,000 meters now, and we're up to 950 meters a second in velocity, and we've just about mellowed to a 30 degree, we have 60 degrees up, so it's a 30 degree pitch from the horizon. Yeah, we've turned 65 degrees in total already. So we now at 30,000 meters. Yes. And we're actually going strong with here, so we might actually make it into space. Anyways, we've completed the contract for launching the first ship. That's earned us some moolah. And look at how far we've gotten already on just that low budget. Man, I feel like Monty Python here. Just because they were big on low budget films. Only this time, this is a low budget space program. Because I'm simulating a financial crisis here with Star Wolf. We are just about into orbit. No, that's the orbital velocity. And we are now at 40,000 meters, which is nowhere near enough. And we are out of fuel. So what we want to do is to achieve maximum height before we even think about decoupling that last stage. Because the greater mass will have greater inertia and will therefore plow through the air a little longer, for a little farther than will a smaller mass. Any moment now, we're going to start descending. So how can we tell when the ship's descending? That's because this prograde marker will fall below the horizon, which is the white line dividing the blue and orange regions. The other thing we've got to worry about here is electric charge, because of course we need to. Because spaceships run on electricity. check out the view from here, guys. I'm sure you're jealous that you wouldn't be able to see the stars in your region most likely, but there are nights where you might get lucky and you might not, and you might be free from the light pollution that I'm sure plagues your area. Oh, we're up to... Oh, we reached 70,000 meters! We've made it into space! That is so cool. I didn't think we'd do it on the first vessel, but we did! We fucking did! So, the best thing to do now is we can finally decouple that. We can finally decouple that piece of junk. And it looks like we'll reach... Holy tambourines, we're gonna almost make 100,000 meters in the first launch. I knew keeping that dead weight on as extra inertia was the right thing to do. So what I do now is turn the ship around so that the underside faces it. It gets the maximum drag. We'll have a safe descent. I'll see you back in the atmosphere. So here we are descending back onto Kerbin's surface. So here we are back in the atmosphere. We are descending back onto Kerbin's surface and we are just passing the 60,000 meter mark. This one should not be too hard to pull off, and Valentina should easily survive this. Or at least I think that's Valentina in there. Oh no, it's Jebediah. Sorry. I thought I'd put Valentina in this ship. No, Jebediah came in instead. As I guess he's the default pilot. So here are the milestones we have thus far. Some milestones will also grant us science. And we have enough to unlock the next tech level, which is super cool. And we've got plenty of funds now with which to play with for our future endeavours. So, I'm sure this is boring you to death watching me descend with Jeb to the ground. And our chute has deployed. It won't fully deploy until around 800 meters from the surface, or from sea level in this case. But this is going to take quite a while to descend to. Hey, that's the debris from the ship. Oh, yeah, that's right. It weighs more, so it ploughed further through the air. Yes, simple physics, guys. So, we are just about splashing down, because that is ocean that we are over. And as you can see, we can't exit until the ship's actually splashed down. So, sorry Jeb, we'll have to wait to collect more science. And look at that, we have more milestones. We reached space, and the next one we've splashed into the ocean. So we can finally disembark here. We'll collect the data that we've collected from the upper atmosphere. We'll do an EVA from Kerbin's oceans. We'll do another crew report from the oceans. And now, we'll recover. And we can take a good look at what we've earned this trip. Wow, 67,000 funds so far. Oh, that is from our contracts. So that's about all we have time for today, but nonetheless, we'll accept some more. We'll accept some more contracts before we go up. No, we set off next time. Here. And this one. And we'll also... So we found our way into the tracking station. Here's Gene Kerman again, the man behind the scenes at the Kerbal Space Center. And he's introducing us to the tracking station and how it works. What we're seeing is the map view of the Kerbal system. There's Kerbin, and we have the 5 planets and the 2 dwarf planets, Dres and Elu. And we'll also unlock some more science. In this case, we'll unlock survivability, we'll get the barometer, and we'll also get a heat shield. And we'll definitely need the service bay if we want to do science in space. And that just about wraps up our day. I'm Rohan Zena with Starwolf, and fly safe.